Hey y'all, it's Candy. I am coming today with a recipe for pork rind tortillas. So let's get started. I have 3 tablespoons of melted butter, and I'm going to do 3 eggs. And then we're going to do 3/4 of a cup of pork rind crumbs, or pork panko if you want to buy them online. I just crush my own up. Right now I tried to do cottage cheese ones in a skillet and it didn't really turn out too well for me, so I'm baking those. Let's try the pork rind tortillas and see how that goes. So I'm mixing up my 3 eggs and 3 tablespoons of melted butter, and it is salted butter. You could do unsalted if you want, doesn't matter. No need to get out a blender. I'm just gonna mix that up, and then we are gonna do 3/4 of a cup of pork rinds. And then I'm going to add in about a 1/2 teaspoon of beef gelatin powder. Make sure I mix it up really well so it doesn't clump. This should make about 6 little tortillas. You could make them different sizes if you want little tortillas, or a big size if you want a big tortilla for a burrito, but I'm just going to make taco size. Okay, so that is what the batter looks like. And we are going to cook this in a skillet on medium heat. So let's go. I'm heating my skillet up on medium. If it looks like my skillet's a little dirty, it's because it is. I just tried to cook the cottage cheese wraps into a tortilla. That's how it turned out. So I'm baking the rest because I wasn't too impressed in how that turned out in the skillet. So that's why I got crumbs in my skillet. I'm going to wipe some beef tallow on here and let that heat up. So we are going to drop a spoonful of our batter into our skillet. And I want to make it really thin, so I'm going to press it down with some parchment paper over it. And my little press right here. Doesn't really matter the shape. Just going to try to make it a little round. And I'm going to let that cook a few minutes, and then we'll take the parchment paper off and flip it over. Try to get it as thin as you want it, because if you cook it too long and it's too thick, you're not going to be able to flatten it out after that. So if you put the parchment paper between whatever you're using to press it down and the tortilla, you can get it pretty flat and it won't stick to your press. I was watching Courtney Luna's channel, and she is the one that I saw make these. She did not use the gelatin, so you can use it without the gelatin. The simple recipe is 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of melted butter, and 1/4 cup of ground pork rinds. So you can double it or triple it, quadruple it, however you want to do it. And she did say that she put these in the air fryer, folded them, made hard taco shells out of it, made taquitos out of it. So it seems like it's a pretty versatile recipe. All right, so it looks like that one's done. It's pretty pliable. We're just going to add it to our kind of failed cottage cheese wrap. I did taste it and it's good, but it just is ugly as all get out. So let's keep cooking the pork rind ones and see how it goes. right, so here are our tortillas. They are flexible and they stay together. With this recipe, 1, 2, 3, I got eight of them. They're not big. They're probably a little bit bigger than street taco size. Maybe like the size of a corn tortilla. So let's taste one. They do have a good chew to it. I think the gelatin gives it a good chew. It does taste like pork rinds a bit, so if you hate pork rinds, this recipe is not for you. But I think once you stuff it with your fillings and everything else, you'll be pleasantly surprised. So these are our carnivore tortillas. Thanks for sticking around and hanging out, y'all. Hope to see you here next time, and until then, stop eating processed foods.